WandaVision inspired. Now let's talk about Aaron Carter. These guys are both on drugs. Like, I can't even hold it. 3amAlexander. What is up, guys? Welcome back. This is All Into the Spectrum, the podcast, and I'm your host, 3amAlexander. We are going to be kicking off Season 2 of All Into the Spectrum podcast. This is going to be episode 21. I'm coming at you guys right now from the co-worker lounge on the 24th floor of Society. This time, I actually decided that I'm not going to do a video for this recording on purpose because I'm too lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's just like you don't have to actually have that video on to show people your vibe. 20,000 feet in the sky, they could just feel your vibe. So I'm here recording right now, episode 21. This is actually the start of Season 2. And we're going to kick this off in top gear. I got to start by saying I miss you guys. I did drop one vlog in the midst of my absence just based on content creator. We put out the 1 year anniversary with myself and Nat. We are going pretty strong right now, 365 days plus and counting, and she still puts up with me. I'm a lot to handle. That's a fizzy. But hey, what the fuck's up with you guys out there? It's been a minute. I love you guys, all my loyal listeners. You know, we've been growing. We got a few sponsorships. Shout out to Anchor for showing us love and giving us that bread when we check those accounts every couple months, and it looks really good. I'm super thankful to be making a couple dollars off of just talking to my viewers out there. Anyone that supports 3amAlexander, you guys are lit, and ain't no way around it at this point. You know, we're really here, and we're moving to the top. So I want to start this episode off by talking about a recent release that I put out. Besides the 1 year anniversary with Natty and myself, I just dropped a new track, Rockstar. So Rockstar is actually my first release of 2021. I'm most likely going to preview it here on the podcast for you guys because it's my shit. Mixed and mastered by me, produced by me, engineered by me, and it's a banger. So I'm promising a lot of you guys out there at 20K on SoundCloud, because I'm monetizing that, and at 20K on Spotify, you guys will be receiving a video. So stay tuned for that. We are moving super fast when it comes to the content on this side, so I would love to be putting together a video for you guys sooner than later, touching up my edit skills because I'm the king of that shit. But I want to update you guys on just what Kareem's up to. Kareem right now is living in Fort Lauderdale and existing day to day by running a few different businesses. I gotta share this with you guys out there because a lot of people don't know exactly how I make a living. Besides, monetizing everything, the brand and the content, stuff like that, I dabble into marketing and e-commerce digitally, so I own a few stores, and I would like to tell you guys about just this idea in general, because a lot of people during the pandemic are looking at ways to make money, and it's not all about thinking small and actually working for someone. If you have a couple dollars and you're looking to invest, I just want to give some advice on how to do that. I think it's about time that I share with you all just a little secret that's been brewing up in my world. So I know you guys have seen all of the success behind stores such as Shopify, eBay, Amazon. Now it's your chance to put yourself in a position to wonder, how are these stores created? What does it take? And I'm here to give you that information. It takes an investment. It takes not necessarily buying individual products and shipping them out yourself, because that can take a lot of work, I just want to tell you guys about a little method. If you don't know already, just play along. There's a service when it comes to e-commerce that they call drop shipping. So drop shipping requires little to no handling. You leave that responsibility to someone else to handle and ship out your products. So drop shipping is the way that e-commerce actually is successful, through nothing but drop shipping and refilling stores. Just paying attention to inventory is essentially what that is for a person who owns an online store. It's really easy to acquire an online store. It's just all about looking down the right avenues. So I want to share this with you guys. There's a website out there that you can go on to right now on your phone. Go onto your browser and type in Flippa, FLIPPA.com. Flippa.com. When you arrive to their homepage, you're going to see something that may scare you. There are going to be a multitude of numbers coming across the screen. There's going to be a category where you can choose which type of store you're willing to invest into. So I just want to share this with my listeners out there. I've invested into Flippa, and I own about 4 stores outright. No renting to own, no leasing, because you can also do that. You can pay a monthly fee on top of paying a fee to own a store, to actually own the store, if that made any sense. You can pay for acquiring a store, but someone else can own it and still do all the day-to-days, like being in front of the computer for 4 hours. It's simply what I do. But I suggest you guys out there that are looking to make any kind of short-term or long-term investments, look into some e-commerce websites that you can purchase a e-commerce store that can generate anywhere between 10,000 and lower. Because a lot of my listeners are probably going to start out with the minimal, maybe $1,000 to $2,000 investment. If you're investing $2,000 to $1,000 into a store, I'm pretty sure the takeaway can be anywhere between $800 to $900 on a store that's doing good already. So I say to you guys out there, take a look at Flippa.com. Invest your money with a group of your friends or anybody that you're looking to grow with. Invest into a store and simply watch your money work for you. You'll thank me in the future, and I'll appreciate that. So that's what the segment of investors would call that on the podcast. So now I want to talk about my bingeable. So this week my bingeable is going to be a 2000 crime Netflix original. 2017. It's called Mindhunters. It's got an 8.6 on IMDb, 98% on Rotten Tomato. So it's a movie based in the 1970s, and it's catching criminals who often require the authorities to get inside the villains, or Agent Ford and Agent Trench. They attempt to understand and catch serial killers by studying the damaged psychics. Along the way, the agents experience a lot of things that they're sick and fucked up themselves. The show is amazing. So I have been watching that for the past 2 weeks. It came out in 2017, and they have the most recent episode, which was in 2019. It's pretty throwy, but it's a vibe. So if you're into some like sick criminal shit, you know, on a like weird toxic day, I would say don't hold back and just definitely fucking do it. You know, enjoy yourself. All right. So that's going to be my bingeable. We'll come back with another bingeable, and then I'll just start talking to you guys about some of my themes that are going to be coming up in the next few months. But for now, I want to dive on into a sleeper. How about that? I'll put you guys on at a vibe, and it's High Vibration. High Vibration by Mellow Makes Music. Let's go.
High vibrations. High vibrations only. High vibrations. High vibrations only. In flora and fauna, beware the piranhas. For better my honors, Hakuna Matata. In bloom like Nirvana, and word to your mamas. We finna blow, feel like Tony Montana. Expressing myself like I'm Madonna. A better yet, Gaga, a new star is born. Boxes by genre, drama no more. Start of a saga for better mañanas. Know your worth, you should own your worth. Gotta show out, let's expose your nerve. I'm finna pop it, I had some bubbles burst. I'm finna celebrate, pop them bubbles first. So take a flick, you can use it for reference. High vibrations only, I'm in my element. Moving on up like I reside with the Jeffersons. Plus I'm feeling better than I ever did. High vibrations. High vibrations only. 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 The devil is Prada, but we're the designer. Collecting these commas like abracadabra. Black Americana, I do what I wanna. And talk like Rihanna, put that on my mama. I'm building armadas and writing sonatas. I see personas, a fleet of imposters. Low-key a legend, a young chupacabra. I seek abundance and better mañanas. Know your worth, you should own your worth. Gotta show out, let's expose your nerve. I'm finna pop it, I had some bubbles burst. I'm finna celebrate, pop them bubbles first. So take a flick, you can use it for reference. High vibrations only, I'm in my element. Moving on up like I reside with the Jeffersons. Plus I'm feeling better than I ever did. Cause the light that resides in you infinite. High vibrations, homie, I'm in my element. Found a place in myself that I never been. Plus I'm feeling better than I ever did. High vibrations only. 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 High vibrations. High vibrations. High vibrations only. High vibrations only. High vibrations only. High vibrations. High vibrations.
All right, obviously we're coming off High Vibrations, very strong. I just had to show you guys that. I know you guys would love that. That was big boy vibe. Me and Nat tend to bump that in the whip on full blast. The volume's probably up as high as 24, 25, which is very loud. And that's it right there, baby. High Vibrations, one for the books. I just had to show you guys a new banger. Again, that was by Mellow Makes Music, and he snapped like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Alright, so let's dive into this. We know Super Bowl just happened. Tom Brady made it look as easy as he did last year. Intense. They took the Chiefs. It was a big weekend here in Fort Lauderdale. Everybody, Florida, Tampa. Big fans of Tom Brady. No shade at all. He just makes it look way too easy for my viewing. It just looks like, all right. Comes on to the locker room, comes out of the locker room. Doesn't even talk to the coach. Doesn't even talk to the teammates. Goes right on the fucking field. Throws a touchdown. The level of focus is incredible. I gotta commend that guy. RIP to Patrick Mahomes. He was really trying to play his ass off. It seems like he's not as synchronized with his team as Brady is, and I hear really good things about that guy Brady, honestly. A lot of some of the chitter chatter that I hear out there. You guys know I'm into that clubhouse vibe, that private invite fucking talking shit. It's so cool, honestly. But everybody is on like a higher frequency there too. It's interesting. So some rooms I'm in, they just like really break down everything about sports. Some rooms they break down things about comedians and comics. And you know, I go into all rooms. I got pretty much a nice little solid rep there. Don't try to invite me to any rooms because my invitation list is full. But yeah, Super Bowl, fuck. Shout out to Florida. We won. We took that home. Score was crazy. It was like 31 to like 9. Showing off, showing ass. So me, Nat, Bulo, and Jordan, and a bunch of people from the building. We watched the Super Bowl. Oh, wow. Can't forget about Carmen. Carmen is a local resident here in the building, and she is an architect. And her and I connected about a few weeks ago, just in the jacuzzi. I was there one day after a long day, and ironically I ran into an architect, and these are just avenues I'm getting ready to cross into, combine into my career. And you know, I got to speak to someone who's in it firsthand, tenfold, with a flush. So meeting her was awesome, and then seeing her a few weeks later for Super Bowl at the pool was even way cooler. Got to meet her son, Keegan. He was in town for a little bit from Cali, and I introduced Nat to her, and they had a little party there. We got awesome treatment, great introduction, and then some fire ass wings, onion rings, and good vibes. That day was phenomenal. I got a vlog coming out soon, 67. You guys will see all about that. That's a fact. Let's definitely not breeze over this. I think I may talk about this actually. So this is a show I am actually watching now. It's fucking amazing, and it involves Vision. So Wanda and Vision. So this is a show I'm watching right now on Disney Plus. It's called WandaVision. So within the last few months, I've been watching this show, and it's one season. It's 2021. I'm lying. Not a few months, a few weeks. I apologize. I tripped my words. But within the last few weeks, I've been checking out this show. It's one season. It's a sitcom. It's very, very fucking dope. It's called WandaVision. So, really diving in a little bit deeper into this particular show, you can see how popular this guy is. He's insanely popular. Just being like Vision from like the Avengers and like, you know, part of Marvel. This guy is so fucking popular that he can then go and inspire a guy like fucking Uzi Vert to go ahead into, I'm bunny ear quoting right now, to surgically implant a diamond of 24 million, like a pink diamond, in his head. Personally, I don't believe that. So I want to tell you guys about the show a little bit. It's such a fire show. The first episode was January 15th. I got put onto it by Michaela. Nat and I got put onto it by Michaela. And it's directed by Matt Sharkman. Living idolized suburban lives, superpower beings, Wanda and Vision begin to suspect that everything is not as it seems. So it's like they're playing on a reality. So the first episode, it's like a black and white sitcom. Like, you know, like they have the laughing audience in the background. It's very put together. You can tell if they're on stage or in a studio filming this. Crazy rating on IMDb. It's an 8 out of 10, 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. So this guy essentially influenced fucking Uzi Vert, because dude, Uzi was not thinking about doing this. No matter how much of a bad bitch he thinks he is, chill, bro. You were never deciding ever that you're gonna put a diamond on your forehead. I just have to point out that that is not, like, that's not an easy thing to do. Even, I mean, as far as if the diamond is fraudulent and it doesn't weigh anything, because pink stones don't have like a net weight. Like, they don't weigh anything. Pink stones are different from actual stones that we see, like diamonds. Diamonds are usually heavier than any type of stone because they take like a very specific craftsmanship, and like it's pristine, like the way that they make them. Or this can just be a lab-made diamond and it's fraudulent, and he's just trolling the internet. And you know, on the back of the diamond, like I've seen some of these belly dancers, you know, when you go to like Mexico and you're in like Tulum and shit, you see like a belly dancing group of people, and they have these like stones that are on their foreheads and above their eyebrows. You know, on the back of those stones they have like an adhesive peel, so when you peel it off, you then have a direct contact to your skin at that point, so you can just press it up against your forehead and it'll stick because it weighs nothing. I'm assuming that Uzi has that on his forehead because it's intense, but until he comes out with like a more in-depth video of like the side of his face to where you can see the diamond is like in his forehead, you know, because that takes like some precision of going under the knife. And you know, when you have that kind of money, which young Uzi Vert does, it's just a decision taking a trip to the doctor's office and like, hey, I want to do this, and like, this is my idea, and like they'll advise you a way that they would like to go about doing it, because they'll do anything for money, these doctors, trust me. They'll do anything for money, and if you have an issue, it's you ask for it type of thing, hands up in the air. So WandaVision inspired Uzi Vert to do this, because the shit just came out in January and he's already acting like an idiot. So the final episode, they already have the sitcom ready to end in March. It's going to be their last episode of the season, of season 1. It's fire. I just had to drop that for you guys so you guys can know what time I'm on when it comes to that. Yeah, and let's talk about Aaron Carter. Oh my god, Aaron Carter wants to fight Lamar Odom. These guys are both on drugs. Like, I can't even hold you. Aaron Carter is 6'1". Lamar Odom is 6'11". That's all I have to say about that. Aaron Carter is gonna get destroyed. Like, he's gonna literally get his head ripped off. And if anything else happens in that fight, it's a publicity stunt at that point, because I can imagine that our boy Aaron, you know, has a pretty decent check. He's not fully off of the radar, but he definitely fell off. You know, he had that Adam 22 appearance where like Adam 22 obviously gave him a platform, let him come on his show, interviewed him, you know, because Adam grew up listening to Aaron and like, you know, basically idolizing this kid. So to have your young teenage idol on your show and he's on drugs with a tattoo on the side of his face trying to beef with 6ix9ine, yeah, we're gonna let him come on and make a fool out of himself. So Adam 22 is a douchebag. You're trash, bro. You are literally trash. If you ever invite me on your show, I'll come to your show and be cool, but like, chill, bro. You do shit like this. Like, Aaron Carter wants to fight fucking Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom needs a bag. I just gotta be honest. He's probably getting paid anywhere between 100K or lower for this appearance. And they're just like capitalized on the idea of what our boy just did, McGregor, with Austin. Like, got his ass kicked and made it a pay-per-view seller, and just, they went stupid with the check. So I'm sure a guy like fucking Dana White's gonna get behind this and co-sign these assholes and let them get in the octagon and actually fight or box. I'm actually not feeling that, and I will not be inviting anyone over to watch that fucking fight. Chill. All right, we got to talk about some controversy with our girl Cardi B. Cardi B is going through some shit right now. So Cardi B is being accused of stealing a song called Up from a fellow rapper. I'm not sure if you guys know about the Cardi B song Up. It is decent, but I have to be honest, I've heard the comparisons to the other song that is compared against, which is like a ABR person. I don't remember the person's name, but they're not this is the whole point. You don't even know who this rapper is, number one, and you can't protect them. You can't like talk about them as like, oh, we know who this person is. Like, yeah, Cardi B didn't steal that song, but like, nah, Cardi B stole that fucking song. Like, she stole that song from an up and coming rapper that dropped a song, in New York City, like up and coming, not even like popping, but I think their song probably got about anywhere between, like under 1 million plays or some shit like that. It's not a popular song. So, being that it's not a popular song, a popular rapper can see that there's a fucking a cadence there. There's a song that can be a hit. There's potential. So, being that Cardi B is essentially a fucking culture vulture, because that's exactly what she is. Her first song that she had by Kodak Black, bro. You stole your first song from Kodak Black, Bodak Yellow. I'm not shitting on you. It's the truth. It's his song. He said he made about 45% royalties from the song. That's just facts out there. That's why he was able to go away for so long and like still be on the top of the charts. Cause like, dude, you're making money off of certain songs when you're not even featured on them. Oh man. Yeah, Cardi B stole that song. I'm sorry. I just have to like point that out. Cardi B, I respect you, but like, damn, it's getting that bad out here. They fucking rush into the internet to steal songs. So that's why when I do put out songs, I might not actually preview it as much. Oh, I lied. I previewed Rockstar like 5 times before I officially finished it and mastered it. I'm an idiot. But no one thankfully stole that song from me. So it's all good. I want to point out that I don't listen to Cardi B's music, but she did have some fire songs when she was linking up with the Migos and shit. All right, so let's talk about me and Nat. So me and Nat are doing phenomenal when it comes to our relationship, and I just want to thank her. Like, she has been down with me for so long now that I have to give her the respect and just acknowledge her, just because she's awesome. Like, she's on her way to getting a master's degree in environmental science. Like, round of applause to you, my queen. You were fucking amazing. Like, you are phenomenal, and you deserve to have your flowers while you're here, because I'm so happy that I have this platform and I can talk about you because you're so important. So Nat is studying mangroves. She's proposing her thesis around mangroves and the benefit of the mangrove tree. I don't know if anyone has driven on a boat. If you live around, wetland areas, you'll see tons of mangroves. And what mangroves do is they provide oxygen to the coast. And Nat has proposed an entire thesis about mangroves and the benefits of mangroves, and her thesis is being picked up in a big magazine. Like, she's a part of a big organization, like wildlife, wet and wildlife organization. She is so phenomenal, and her journey is my journey, whether I acknowledge it or not, but it's the fucking truth. Like, I'm so blessed to have met someone like her in a time when we did, because we met right around pandemic time, guys. Right before the pandemic cracked off, me and Nat hit it off and became what you see today. Like, in the beginning, I was very, very nervous because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. You know, you come home from college and you wanna hit the reset button, but you don't want to hit the reset button and start running into hurdles, or it becomes a snowball effect of a reset button. You just want to hit the reset button on what happened recently and start fresh. So coming home from New York City, I was doing my NYU year there, and I just needed a break. You know, like, my lease was up for my apartment at the time, and things were just hitting the fan quicker than I thought. I had just gotten fired from my job. I was working at Dumbo House in Dumbo, working for Dumbo House. Just get fired from my job, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta put food on the table. My rent is due. You know, like, that's one of the realest things that had occurred to me ever. Like, fuck, how am I gonna survive? And being like a young adult, you don't even know what to do. You know, I started hustling like when I knew I only had 2 months to figure it out, because my lease is up and I don't know if I'm gonna renew this lease. The landlord is cracking down. He's trying to make the unit that I was in, which is a very sweet unit, a rent controlled unit, to where if I were to get into bed with that and do the deal, it would have been a ton of money up front. We're talking about $20,000 up front. This is a rent controlled apartment at that point. I paid you a year worth of a salary. And at the time, I'm in college. I don't have that money yet. I can't even produce that kind of money with the snap of a finger. So I fucking got nervous. And I called around. I didn't know what to do. I was like, you know what? I need to make some money to at least feed myself. So in that time of the world, you know, this app was just booming. Postmates. So I said, fuck, I just got fired. I have a little to no money in my savings. I don't even know how to operate right now when it comes to living. You know, living alone, nonetheless. You're like, what the fuck do you do? So I acted fast, downloaded the app. I had an Android, didn't even have an iPhone at that time. I had an Android, Samsung Note, one of those, and I downloaded the app. It was Android friendly. I fucking started working the same day. Interesting part about this Postmate delivery, it was what I essentially became right off the bat. I'm like, dude, I gotta get a job. I didn't know what to do. Fucking go get a job, become a delivery boy for 5 days, just because I needed to put at least $100 in my pocket for 5 days. It was intense. So they slave you, and then they pay you the following day. You know, they collect that money, then they send out money. They distribute it the following day based on hours and how many deliveries. It was intense. So I managed to go through with working there while working for Postmates, literally for a fucking short period of time. I come back to Florida because Postmates wasn't gonna fucking cut it. And I took a break from school and I wanted to get a job again. I was like, I need to work. I need to get back in this grind. I need to just meet new people. I need to try something. And I go on our popular downtown Fort Lauderdale area, Las Olas. There's a restaurant that doesn't exist anymore, but existed at the time. It's called Tuscan Prime. And I went in there and I said, hey, I'm interested in getting a job here. And they were like, yeah, come in tomorrow. We can get an interview or some shit like that. It wasn't guaranteed. So then I was a little discouraged. So this was I didn't even try. I just went in and said, hey, what's the process? I don't know. It's been a while since I tried to get a job or get in the restaurant game. So, excuse me. So I ended up getting a card. I went online. I went back to my house. I went online. I looked at the website. I saw a list of the people who were in charge at the time. At this time, I don't know if they're going to do this in any kind of business. It's just show like food and beverage director, like marketing director, head chef, GM, all these, these stats. I'm not sure if they're going to show these titles in general, but at the time, that's how they did it. They had everyone's name on a website. So I fucking got smart, and I woke up the next day after I did my research on the location and names of who to use as collateral, because I was essentially using a name to get me in. And I called and I said, hey, I have an interview today with a woman who was the GM at the time. Her name was Donna, and she said, yeah. She said, yeah, okay, I have an interview tomorrow with Donna. And then, this is the hostess at the time answering. And I said, yeah, I just spoke with the marketing director, and I dropped the name. Her name is Anna. And I was like, I just spoke with the marketing director. Her name is Anna. She said she's going to set me up with Donna for tomorrow. They're like, okay, sure, definitely. Can you come in tomorrow? So I managed to make it in the following day, and I made it down to that restaurant, and I wanted to come on board as like a bar back, someone that like worked behind the bar, so like I could just like do really easy shit and like not have to think too much. But my luck, they didn't have that position open. For me. And I had to work in the back of the house, like work like as a food runner, or like the expo line, and do like expediting on food and where they go and shit like that. And I was like, fine, I'll work my way up, like it's okay. So then I ended up getting this job, and I think Nat had been working there before me, but her schedule was different. I hadn't seen her yet. So we finally see each other after I've been working there for a week, and I introduce myself. I come up to her. There's a game playing, a hockey game playing, and this is before I know how much of a hockey fan she is at the time. There's a hockey game playing. It's like the Knights versus the Jays or something like that. There's a game happening on the TV, and I say, what do you got on it? You want to bet on this game? And then like she's like, yeah, sure, we bet $10 on the game, straight out the gate. And the rest was actually history, and I'll have her on the podcast next episode to tell her side of this story. But I want to thank you guys for listening, because I went for about 30 minutes, and I'm very happy with this conversation and just being able to open up about myself to you guys. And I'm going to close this episode out on that note. I want to give you guys actually another sleeper. So let's just do another sleeper, and then I'm not going to come back because I love you guys. I'm going to get ready to go to bed. So my sleeper for this episode is going to be Rockstar by myself, 3amAlexander. Here we go. Rockstar. We out. I'll see you guys next episode. Season 2, episode 22. Here's my song, 3amAlexander, Rockstar.
Hey, yo, Michael, come see this mess.
3 a.m. Tell a friend. Bring a twin. Model bitch. Twerking shit. I'm really outside in the field. I'm really outside. I made a milli for the thrills. I really. This shit gon' really get real. This shit get real. That bitch been going through her feels. I smoke the gas, he smoke that mid, I told that bitch, go catch your ride. I told that bitch, go catch your ride. Lately she been going through her feels. I'm really outside and I'm in the field. I'm really outside.
Yeah, I'm really outside in the field. You know that shit gets so real. I be tweaking off the damn pills. You know I have to chill. Gotta get money, I need me a meal. That's just how I feel. I gotta feed my whole family a meal. I need me a deal, but I only need me a deal. You see her up, I'm finna kill. I see that bitch, I'm finna drill. She want my dick because I'm so ill. Spinning the block, it's like a damn wheel. Getting that pump, no money material. Sipping that purple, I'm busting the seal. Busting the seals, popping the seals. Come inside, show you how it feel. I got your hook like you on a rail. Particular, tell me how it feel. Get sliding up on you, you wet like a gel. We cheese on the side, going from me to air. Fuck with them bosses, that's not taking losses. You finna come chillin', kick it, Eric Costin. Well, what is it costing? Man, fuck it, I bought it, you know how I'm ballin'. Young niggas y'all callin'. I pull up with models, I'm revving full throttle. You know how I get it, she hitting the dick and she feelin' full throttle. We so proud, cause you blazing millionaires way up in society. Cut up, staying there, top down with the thrill. Yeah, inside the sun, she say she wanna catch a feel. Then look back, come take this hill.
I'm really outside in the field. I made a milli for the